The moment we pull into the driveway, Lucian hops out of the car, slams the door, and runs inside. I didn't expect to have that conversation in front of you. He and I have a lot we need to work out. It's alright. And all things considered, Lucian's Lane was pretty good. So there's your silver lining.
Oh.
There is that, yes. What's the correct answer here? I really admire how you handled that. Yeah, that is, personally, I find that the correct response. So I'm glad that's the actual correct response. You were a lot more diplomatic with him than I would have been. I just want what's best for him, and I don't think yelling at him would do either of us any favors. It really does. You're a good dad. See you around soon? It would be my honor and my pleasure. Damien bows with a flourish. Classy. I come home to find Amanda curled up on the couch with a blanket watching TV. I plop down next to her. Yo. What you watching? Tiny House Hunting Brothers, Extreme Edition. Ugh, I hate this show. The couple on screen bickers back and forth while standing in an extremely small house made out of recycled bottles. The Tiny House Hunting Brothers watch them with bemused expressions, both of their heads touching the low ceiling. I told you I wanted a 2-bed, 2-bath, shabby chic cottage. This house doesn't even have a bathroom. But honey, the outhouse is only 20 yards away. It's not that bad. I am not pooping outside, Greg. Why don't they just get a regular sized house? I don't know. How'd afternoon tea go? It got strange. We had to go to the school to pick up Lucian since he tried to... He lured Ernest down to the cellar with the promise of a fine vintage and then tried to brick him into the wall, right? How did you know that? Has everyone read the story except for me? Lucian livestreamed the entire thing. This entire day is beyond me. But otherwise, it was a fun day. That Damien guy's a character, but he's really good company. And a surprisingly diplomatic dad. I dig his style. You know what? Me too. Dato completo. Ocho-sama.
Are you familiar with the works of Corey Feldman? He simply slayed in The Lost Boys.
I love these voice actors. They don't get to do a whole lot. But when they do, it's always golden. Okay, and this is where Amanda gets, like, letters from school. She gets accepted into the one art school she wanted to get into, which is cool. And then they go out and celebrate at the bay. Some heartfelt daddy-daughter moments. Oh, come on, Dream Daddy.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Oh, message from Craig. You might have to go on a surprise date with Craig. Hey, buddy, so I have a favor to ask. Robert invited me over for dinner. And I know it's kind of a faux pas to invite another bro, but I've known the guy for years, and I still can't get a good read on him, and I know it's going to be super awkward if I go by myself. Will you please come with me? I love food. I especially love food that's free. And I don't know why you're so sweaty over cooking, but sure. Yeah, dude, I'm down. Thank you. I really hope that's a sweat of relief. Eat that dinner. That doesn't sound too bad. I could definitely go for free food. But why is Craig being so apprehensive? Does he know something about Robert that I don't? Robert's kind of scary, dude. I'm not gonna lie. And I think everyone knows that. I hurry up and reply before my dad brain can work itself into a paranoia spiral. Yeah, dude, I'm down. Thank you. Craig and I decided to meet up before heading over to Robert's place. Craig's waiting on my porch, bottle of wine, white wine in hand.
Hey!
Nathan! Boy, am I glad to see you. Likewise, man. Classy of you to bring wine. Oh, it's not wine. It's sparkling apple cider. Robert literally has a wine cellar, so I think he's good. Wow. Or at least I think he has a wine cellar. I'm genuinely unsure if he was telling the truth or not. I can never tell with him. Thank God it's not just me. I never know. He's so deadpan about everything. I usually just laugh it off, but man, that guy's an enigma. We start walking over to Robert's house. Does Robert even know how to cook? I have sincere doubts about whether he even knows how to shave properly. Or iron his shirts. I feel like you learn to cook after you learn those two first.
Dude!
One time I saw him grab a hot dog from a trash can. I mean, it was at the very top of the trash can, like, sitting above it. But still, if he were on trial, I think the jury would define that as in the trash. In his defense, I've definitely considered grabbing food from the top of the trash before. Nope. Once it's in that vicinity, it's gone. Well, yeah, I think we've all considered it, but the difference is that Robert actually did it. True. Maybe he's the enlightened one. Maybe we're holding ourselves back. We arrive at Robert's house and ring the doorbell, but the doorbell won't chime. Must be broken. Greg knocks on the door a few times. Since when does Robert have a dog? I don't know. That's weird. I can hear Robert just inside. 1 second. This is uncharted territory, Nathan. What if he's the one making barking noises and there is no dog? Don't say that. We're not even inside yet. Finally, the door opens. Robert looks a little surprised to see me. Nathan, didn't know you'd be tagging along. Did Craig not tell Robert I was coming? Come on, Craig. No, seriously, come on, Craig. You warned someone in advance. I can leave if there's not... No, it's fine. Come on in. We enter Robert's living room, which is surprisingly really nice. Super messy, but still nice. Make yourselves at home. We could still hear barking from the other room. I didn't know you have a dog, Robert. Oh yeah, that's Betsy. Have to put her up when guests are over. She'll calm down in a bit. What kind of dog is she? Pitbull. Rescued her from a dogfighting ring a few years back. She hates strangers. If I let her out right now, I would probably have to take you both to the ER. And because I was on Robert's route, I know that's a lie. It's the most adorable, derpy-looking dog I've ever seen in my life. Craig and I make eye contact. He raises an eyebrow at me. Oh, okay. Anyways, dinner should be ready in a minute. Hope you guys like osso buco. Bucko? Osso bucko? Robert leaves the room, presumably to go to the kitchen. Craig leans in and whispers, was the dog fighting thing real or was he kidding? I don't know.
Hey!
What's osso bucko? I don't know. Did he make up that word? Until I have osso bucko in front of me, we can only assume so. We sit in silence for a second, taken in Robert's living room. Are we about to get sawed? Nah, usually we wake up in those situations. You voluntarily walked into this one. Robert finally walks into the room, carrying 3 paper plates of steaming food like a waiter. I don't have a dining table. Don't trust them. So we're eating here. Also, I don't have real people plates. Hope that's okay. Robert sets plates in front of us on the coffee table. I still can't tell what it is. Looks like meat. Maybe. Lots of sauce. I can make out some vegetables. I think that might be rice, but it could also be pasta. Guess there's only one way to find out. I take a bite. Oh my gosh. I take another bite. The medley of flavors in this dish is amazing. The meat is so tender and the risotto, I think that's what it is so creamy. Robert, this is really incredible. You cooked this? I fished it out of a dumpster behind a restaurant. Or at least I think it was a restaurant. Robert! Can you believe people just throw this stuff away? I almost gag. I'm kidding. I look over at Craig, who looks wary but still has his mouth full. He gives Robert a thumbs up. Glad you like it. Where did you learn how to cook like this? Worked at a restaurant in Spain for a hot sec. Is he messing with us? I decided to play along. You lived in Spain? After I dropped out of college, I went backpacking through Europe, crashing on couches, sleeping in hostels, wherever. Totally broke. Worked a couple of odd jobs wherever I could to scrape together some cash. One night, I'm eating dinner at this little restaurant just outside of Madrid. I go to pay and realize I spent the last of my money on booze the night before. I'm in the middle of ditching when the manager catches me and puts me to work in the kitchen. Long story short, they ended up liking me so much they offered me a job. Why not, right? Started living with some distant relatives on my mom's side. Over the course of 2 years, I worked my way up from busboy to sous chef. Learned a lot. Greg and I wait for the punchline. What night watchman did he swindle to get back to the States? Who did he con in a game of poker in the back room of a speakeasy for safe passage in the crew quarters of a cargo ship? Anyway, I still love to cook. I don't know what's real anymore, but this food is so good, I kinda don't care. That's amazing. It really is. To be totally honest, I wasn't exactly expecting gourmet cooking here, especially not served on paper plates. I don't care about presentation. If the food is good, it should speak for itself. You're not wrong, Robert. This oso bucko is screaming for itself. And paper plates are just as good as regular plates if you double them up. Hey, is it bad if I ask for seconds? Help yourself, but save room for dessert. I made lemon berry savarin. God, he makes desserts too. Oh, he's a catch. Well, aren't you just full of... Craig looks over at me. Surprises. Robert winks. You bet I am. Oh my gosh. You could come over for dinner anytime. Craig. I'm gonna go get seconds. Me too. After consuming way more oso bucko than my body could handle, and then really ensuring a later food coma with a generous serving of whatever savarin was, Craig and I decided to head out. Thanks for coming. I'm making an attempt to be more social. Aww. Well, we're always happy to stop by if you want company. Especially if there's oso bucko involved. That was cute. That was a cute little date.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Okay, hold up. I got a text message. Phone. My iPhone is so stupid sometimes. Like, sometimes the touchscreen decides, nah, I'm not gonna work. And it's just like, what? But you're a touch phone. You need to work. It's kind of the important part. And then I either have to lock my phone or I have to just wait till the screen blacks out before I try again. I think I was planning to end the stream at 5, so if I start this thing now, I might not end on the time that I want to. But I don't want to stop the stream now either. You know what? Let me go ahead and do it. Even if I'm a little late, it should be fine. It's not like it's not like 50 people are going to show up at the start of the party time. Most people tend to stream in a little later anyway, so I should be okay. Let's do it. And if I need to back out, I can back out and get to where I was later. I had a lot of fun hanging out with Damien the other day. I wonder what he's up to. I open up Dad Book and start writing him a message when Amanda walks in the door. Dad, you got a letter. Oh, is it from Grandma? No, it's from Damien. Whoa, can I see it? Amanda hands me a piece of old parchment, folded into an envelope and sealed with purple wax. Dang, the dude goes all out. I pry off the seal and unfold the letter. It's the most beautiful calligraphy, I read that wrong. In the most beautiful calligraphy, the letter reads, That is so pretty. I mean, it's like, it's a simple font you can find, but still, I love it. Dearest Nathan, I hope you'll find my continued correspondence endearing, rather than trying. One can only hope that my use of more traditional form of communication will showcase my sincere and earnest sentiment that I greatly enjoyed our time together. I write this hastily under the warm embrace of excitement, fearful that I may misstep, and speak towards something unwelcome. For now, I hope that you might forgive my boldness. I will simply say that your company has greatly occupied my thoughts. While the afternoon may have been derailed by forces unforeseen, your companionship helped a great deal, not only in the discipline of my child, but in the morale of my spirit. And for that, I thank you. That said, Nathan, if you will allow me, it would mean the world to me if I could enjoy more of your time. Perhaps a trip to the cinema, followed by a moonlit stroll, would be to your taste. I eagerly await your response. With great respect, D. Bloodmarch. Oh my god, she goes all out. Oh my god. But that was so cute. Amanda and I both look up from the letter. Wow. He's good. So you gonna catch a movie with him? Yeah, I better message him on Dadbook and let him know. Amanda slaps my laptop shut. You have to write him back. A real letter. But my handwriting looks like two toddlers fighting over a crayon. I always say my handwriting looks like a 5-year-old's. It's awful.
Yes.
Dad, you have to. He wrote you a letter. That's so cool. Will you help me? I need to class this up. Father, I was made for this. Here's what you do. Find tickets to a show that you two will like. Then enclose them in the letter. Oh, that's classy. Amanda and I hop onto my laptop and peruse showtimes. He doesn't seem like a romantic comedy kind of guy. Which is unfortunate. Oh, here's one. Vampire Crusade 2? Evil Never Dies. I don't know. That sounds kind of stupid. Actually, it's a critically acclaimed exploration into the ennui, I don't know, of existence. It really turns the vampire trope on its head. Really? Nah, there's just lots of blood and vampire titties. Oh, Amanda. Welp, let's roll the dice. I purchase the tickets and print them out, then sit down at the table with Amanda to try drafting a nice letter. I start writing, Damien. Oh. Good morrow to you on this. Okay. What's the legit? Oh, that's not the tab I needed. What's a good legit thing? Date 2. I hope that this letter finds you in good health. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Good one. What's next? Ha! You been good? Okay, I'm going to assume it's the last one. Oops. I'm like opening all kinds of things except for the tab I need. Okay, I must confess with my amateur control of the written word. Geez, Dad, have some faith in yourself. Okay, we're trekking along. Let him know how you're feeling. You find me in good spirits, for I felt very much the same after our last encounter. Nice. Ask him to hang out already. True art takes time, Amanda. While a strange turn of events, I found myself enamored of the situation at hand. Bring it home, Pops. It would bring me great pleasure to escort you to the cinema. Let me take it out. Smooth. Calling it the cinema is a classy move. Enclosed, you'll find 2 tickets to Vampire Crusade 2, Evil Never Dies, which I'm sure you will find both titillating and enjoyable. Hard daps. Namaste. We'll carry. Namaste. And then I sign my name. My full name. Fancier that way. Oh, good grief. Nathan Nom-Nom. Is this okay? Amanda reads over my sloppy handwriting. I like that handwriting, though. It's not bad. I hope that this letter finds you in good health. I must confess of my amateur control of the written word, as well as my even more amateur penmanship. Your letter found me in good spirits, for I felt very much the same after our last encounter. While a strange turn of events, I found myself enamored of the situation at hand. It would be a great pleasure to escort you to the cinema, and close you'll find 2 tickets to the movie, which I'm sure you'll find both titillating and enjoyable. Namaste, Nathan Nom-Nom. Ha! I like the N-A sound. Namaste, Nathan Nom-Nom. You spelled his name wrong. What? Nah, just trying to keep you on your toes. Now all you have to do is seal it and put it in his mailbox. Can I seal it with tape? That's not authentic enough. I have an idea. I'll be right back. Amanda leaves the room and returns with a candle, a lighter, and a small piece of wood. You gotta have a wax seal. She lights the candle, which starts to burn down and form a pool of melted wax. What's that other thing? Amanda pours some of the wax onto the folded letter and expertly presses a small piece of wood into it. She lets it dry for a second and pulls the wood away, revealing... Here it is, your sigil. A little kitten with a bow on its head. Awesome. I would so love to have that as my sigil. Scrapbooking stuff always comes in clutch. That's my daughter. That's my daughter. Well, I guess wow. Well, I guess all there is to do is deliver it to his doorstep now, huh? Oh, I thought we were getting a carrier pigeon to do it. I already called my guy. Amanda. I have a pigeon guy. Marcus has the good pigeons. Don't get your pigeons from Anthony. They're no good. I don't want to know if any of this is true. I head outside and walk over to Damien's house. I slip the letter into the slot in his door and go back home. Mission accomplished? Now we play the waiting game. The night finally rolls around where I'm supposed to meet with Damien. The next day he had left another beautifully crafted letter thanking me for mine and agreeing to the evening. Amanda helps me pick out a nice outfit and I show up to the theater a little bit early. It's a chilly night and the theater is kind of crowded, but it's still nice. How do you do? I jump at the sound of his voice and turn around to see Damien right behind me. He almost gave me a heart attack. How long were you there for? Oh my gosh, his voice is loud. I don't know. I just walked up. My apologies for frightening you. Was that thunder? Is it gonna rain soon? I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear anything. I forgot to do his voice. What?
Oh my.
What? Regardless, the hour grows close. Shall we take our seats in the cinema? I must thank you again for purchasing our tickets. Please, allow me to repay the deed in Sour Patch Kids. Or, perhaps, Milk Duds. Let's do it. We get in line to buy snacks. As we're waiting, I hear a familiar voice behind us. Ugh, my dad's here. I turn around to find Lucian standing a few feet behind us with a gaggle of other goth kids. Lucian, how nice to see you. I didn't know you were coming to the theater. I'm glad to see you spending some quality time with your friends. Whatever, Dad. And what movie will you be attending tonight? My friends are making me see some kids' movie about talking animals. I don't really care about it. Well, I do hope you enjoy your evening. We'll be watching Vampire Crusade 2, Evil Never Dies.
Oh my.
You watching that? Yeah, I thought Damien would enjoy it. Ha! Good luck with that, Dad. Lucian rejoins his friends and I look over to Damien. Good luck with what? It's nothing. My son loves to tease. We wait in line for a little longer and Damien buys us snacks. He seems a little nervous. I wonder what's wrong. Okay, I remember what's up. Okay. Damien and I take our seats and settle in for previews. Glancing at him, I can see that he's sweating profusely and gripping his armrest. Oh no, does he not like scary movies? Okay. Is everything okay? Everything is perfectly fine. I'm so excited for this film. I'm a devoted patron of the arts, especially the scary arts. The scarier the art, the better. Do you have a favorite horror movie? Of course I have a favorite horror movie. Mine is Halloween Town. Terrifying. Oh, interesting. That's odd. I don't seem to remember Halloween Town being that scary. I would have expected him to bring up some sort of strange foreign horror film that I never heard of. Damien's knuckles are turning white. It looks like he's about to rip the armrest off. Wait a second. Damien, are you afraid of horror movies?
What?
You must be joking. I love horror movies. The lights dim for the film. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, and I think this is okay. I thought Lucian was saying good luck with that because I thought it would be like a crappy vampire movie. But I think he knows that his dad is terrified of horror films. So he's just like, ha, good luck with that, Dad. Damien screams. Oh, he's probably like super embarrassed. I apologize. I was thinking about something far scarier than this movie, which is not scary at all. We settle in as the film starts. I offer Damien some licorice and he takes one. I take note of how much his hands are shaking. The title flashes across the screen in bloody letters. Vampire Crusade 2. Evil Never Dies. A pale man with long silver hair, glittering red eyes, and well-oiled abs sits up in a coffin. Awaken, my coven. 2 more vampires slide the tops of their stone coffins onto the floor. Brother, is it time? Yes, husband, but also mortal enemy. Oh. Ha! Yes, husband, but also mortal enemy. It is time. The 3 look at each other, and then to the camera. For the Vampire Crusade. This rules. The trio of vampires flies off into the night as foreboding organ music plays in the distance. I somehow get lost in the movie. As dumb as it sounded, it's actually a pretty fun flick. We get to a tense moment of the movie where Romulus Trueblood sits at a truce meeting with the general of the human army, whose wife Romulus has fallen in love with. Whoops. Romulus, it is good to finally meet you. General, I agree. It's good to finally blood you.
What?
Romulus leaps out and slashes the general's throat. Blood splatters over everything, including the camera. Damien screams again, reflexively grasping my hand. Oh, it's okay, boo, I got you. I immediately blush, forgetting about any vampires or blood or vampiric blood.
Oh my.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Damien retrieves his hand and places it back in his lap. I was writing a novel in my head about blood magic, and I got to an extremely scary section. Damien goes back to quietly stressing out over the movie. It's kind of cute that he won't admit that he's afraid of it. I wish he would hold my hand again. Maybe I could do something to try to make him feel more comfortable. I've got it. I'll do what all dads do best. Talk during the movie. Okay. What is the correct response? I'll tell a dad joke. I wouldn't mind talking about plot holes. Though some people go too crazy about plot holes. It's kind of ridiculous. Anyway. Tell a dad joke. Where does a dog go when it loses its tail? Where? To the retail store. I yelled that last bit a little too loud for a crowded movie theater, but I could see a smile form on Damien's face. Good one, Nathan. The rest of the movie goes by relatively smoothly, with only a few whimpers from Damien. Maybe he would have liked the romantic comedy better. We get to the final scene of the movie, where Romulus Badblood and the General's wife embrace each other in his crypt. It appears that the true Vampire Crusade was the Vampire Crusade in our hearts, our cold, unbeating hearts. Romulus and the General's wife begin making out. Hard.
What?
The film fades to black and the end appears on the screen, but then it hard cuts to Demetrius and his rival lover, Carmela, who watch the two from afar. Oh no! Twist ending! Our bloodline has been pure for 1,000 years. Romulus has betrayed us by loving a human woman. It will only be a short time before the next Vampire Crusade 3. Evil must die again! More thunder, more ominous organs. The movie fades out again, and a bloody question mark now accompanies the end. I love how stupid but fun it is. Damien and I walk out of the movie theater amidst throngs of chattering moviegoers. He's a little more pale than I remember, but otherwise he survived the encounter. He even seems kind of invigorated. What an interesting film. While the premise admittedly struck me as pedestrian, I was intrigued by its harrowing love story and great attention to detail in regards to vampiric lore. Yeah, it was pretty good. A lot more vampire titties than I thought there would be.
Oh.
Come, the night is young. Let's take a stroll. Damien is making a point of not telling me where he's taking me. Still, I'm enjoying the walk and the cool night air. Being alone here with Damien is a lot better than being in a crowded theater. Lovely night, isn't it? As lovely as the company, yes. Ah, he's too classy. He thinks I'm lovely. Dang, okay, here comes the smooth response. Thanks, cool, okay. What is my cool response? Thanks. No problem. Crushed it. We both stand there feeling a little awkward. I sure am one smooth operator. Are you getting a little hungry? We could maybe stop off and grab something to eat. Worry not, friend. I have a plan. We turn the corner and are greeted by the gates of a cemetery. What? Are we going in there? A little bit of Victorian flavor, Nathan. Trust me. I'm a bit nervous, but Damien hasn't led me wrong yet. The music got kind of loud all of a sudden. I followed his lead as we walk into the cemetery. Statues of angels stare down at us as we follow a path through the faded tombstones. I am going to turn that down just a little. Just a smidgen. Okay. Oops. I meant to read that fully. Oh well. As we crest a small hill, we get a beautiful view of the city. The night lights sparkle around us. I gotta hand it to him. For being in a cemetery, this is strangely romantic. Picnicking in graveyards is an old Victorian tradition. An appropriate finish to an evening after a vampire movie, wouldn't you say? With a flourish, Damien produces a blanket and picnic basket. Wait, where were you hiding that? Under my cloak? Oh, right. This is so cute. Damien unfolds the blanket and we both sit down, gazing out at the city lights. He produces a bottle of red wine and a fine selection of cheeses. In the Victorian era, there were no public art galleries, parks, or botanical gardens to speak of. Once rural graveyards became a more popular alternative to church burials, they became the only place that people could see beautiful plant life and fine sculptures. That makes sense. This is pretty nice. I have a question though. How are you so okay with being in a graveyard, but you had trouble handling a scary movie?
Oh my.
I wasn't... He sighs deeply. Okay, yes, I was extremely scared by that movie. I was not writing a book about blood magic in my head. I just have never been good at those. I just feel as if, because of how I look and act, people expect me to love horror films, so I must play the part. Truth be told, I don't know if I have the constitution for them at times. Damien, I'm so sorry. If I had known, I would have suggested another movie. It's quite alright. I actually did find myself enjoying this one, thanks to your help. Graveyards, however, I think there's something rather beautiful about death. Cemeteries are traditionally built away from cities, away from the realm of the living, and it keeps us rather separated from it. To acknowledge death and become comfortable with it, I think, gives us a certain intimate knowledge of ourselves. To sit amongst generations of those who came before us, to be truly alive in the midst of so much death, brings me great comfort. Death helps me appreciate life, to savor every second. Wow, that's so deep. That was so deep. We sit and enjoy our food and wine. I don't feel scared anymore. Never thought I'd be comfortable sitting alone in a graveyard at night, but I actually feel very peaceful. Plus, you're not actually alone. Suddenly it doesn't seem like we're alone. Off in the distance, I see a shadowy figure in the trees. What is that? I'm not sure. It noticed us. I'm paralyzed with fear as it begins lumbering slowly toward us, its shape taking a more animal form, more feral. I looked at Damien for help, but he's just as afraid and transfixed as I am. I want to scream, but it's stuck in my throat. The creature is getting closer, moving faster. Woof! Oh. It's a dog. It's Robert's derpy dog! As it finally comes into the light, the friendliest, dumbest little Boston Terrier I've ever seen pulls its owner towards us. The dog trots over to Damien and sniffs at his hands. Damien looks ecstatic. He ruffles the dog's fur happily. What a beautiful dog. Hey, we both look up, not expecting to see. Thanks. Robert, what are you doing out here on this lovely evening? Hunting cryptids. This is such a nice throwback to his route. I love it. I love this. I love all of it. What? What? I didn't know you had a dog. This isn't my dog. I found her wandering in the street. I put a leash on her, and now we're walking around this graveyard together. Hunting cryptids. Damien and I share a look. May I give her a treat? Sure. Wouldn't give her cheese, though. Not to worry. Damien reaches it into the depths of his cloak and procures a small dog treat. What else is he keeping in there? The dog laps up the treat and crunches away, tail wagging furiously. Damien continues to smooth down her fur. Thanks. My absolute pleasure. Damien shakes the dog's paw. Lovely to meet you, my friend. May our paths cross again. Robert and his dog disappear into the darkness again. Damien stares after them. I didn't know you liked dogs. Victorians loved dogs, actually. Most Victorian women of high fashion would always be accompanied by a small dog such as a terrier or a Maltese. I think big dogs are nice too. Yeah, man, dogs are cool. I do believe we've had enough excitement for one night. What say we make our way home? Damien hops to his feet and extends a hand to help me up. I gladly take it as my knees aren't what they used to be. He packs up his picnic basket and leads us out of the graveyard. As we begin the walk home, I take one last look at the cemetery. It really is beautiful. Like a proper gentleman, Damien walks me to my doorstep. Thank you, ever so kindly, for your company tonight. Damien, it was my pleasure. Nathan, if you will allow me, it would bring me great joy to offer you a token of my affection. What is happening? Damien reaches through his cloak and pulls out a folded, monogrammed handkerchief. He presses it into my hand. Wow. Thank you, Damien. Can't wait to sneeze on this. I'm gonna wave this at the passing ships. Oh my gosh, all these answers are hilarious. Okay. I will use these to dry my tears for those I've lost. A noble purpose. Damien shuffles his feet. I just want to say that it's rare to find someone like you. Someone who's open to my eccentricities. Aww. It's nice to feel so accepted. Thank you. Damien gives my hand a quick squeeze. Ah! Damien blushes. Aha! I tried to read that in Damien's voice. Sorry. Damien blushes and hastily retracts his hand. No, don't go. I must take my... wow. I'm too flustered. I must take my leave. Good night. Before I could say anything else, he's gone. Huh. I unlock the door and step inside. Like a whirlwind, Amanda runs from the window and plops down on the couch, trying to look nonchalant. She was watching me. Amanda, I don't need you in my love life business. Not right now. Later. Hey, Dad, what's up? Were you watching me from the window? No, I was just, okay, yes. How was the movie? Lots of vampire titties. Told you. But, as it turns out, Damien is Wait. Amanda doesn't need to know that. I'll keep it between me and Damien. Aw, how sweet. Scary cool. Yep, he's so cool, it's scary. Nice save, Nathan. Did you know that graveyards used to be a place to throw parties? I think I'm misremembering that. Wow, that's pretty punk. Also, we saw a dog. Definitely thought it was a werewolf for a minute, though. Yeah. How can you be so sure it wasn't a werewolf? How can you be so sure I'm not a werewolf? And how can I be so sure you're not a werewolf? And Amanda's eyes narrow. I don't trust you. Nor I you. We make intense, wary eye contact for a second. Anyway, I'm calling it for the night. Don't stay up too late, will ya? I'll try not to howl at the moon past midnight. I love their joking around and stuff. It's so cute and so, like, realistic, I think.
Are you familiar with the works of Corey Feldman? He simply slayed in The Lost Boys.